Check. Check 1 2. Check 3 4. Hey, my name is James and I'm a person in recovery. This is my live stream, the Sober James channel, Monday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight I got some good news and I am super stoked. For those of you who are recovering from the seemingly hopeless state of addiction, and alcoholism, addiction, behavioral disorders of the such, I have some hope and some experience to share with you finally. I know that, what's up, Antonio? What's up, Gal Charlotte, Lynn B, Ryan, Mind's Eye? I know a lot of you have been with me, you could say the long haul, and have seen some ups and downs in the Sober James journey, including the soberdelic leg of the journey. I don't know what my chat box, man. My chat box ain't showing up and I don't like it. Let's take a look at why isn't my chat box showing up? I gotta have my chat box. Kim Sweezy, Sigma Schwab, Noah. It's good to see y'all. I need my chat box though. Let me get my chat box together. Hey, April. How you doing, April? Shout out to April, one of my new fellow workmates, fellow employees in the field, in the industry of addiction recovery. It's been a long time coming, but your boy Sober James has finally gotten a job in addiction recovery. There it is, Mind's Eye chat box. Thank you, Mind's Eye and Antonio. Yeah, in 2021, I was soberdelic, James. I had to be honest. So, I was doing mushrooms back then. So it was soberdelic, James. You know what, JV? I think it's time for what song in this bitch. JV made me a song. Some of you guys have heard it. But I think it's time for that song. But thank you so much, JV and Leonard. We might need to play the Sober James song. You have guys, I am so happy. These past couple days, I'm so happy. I'm going to tell the story of how recovery, sobriety, working the 12 steps, doing the next right thing, handing my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand him, and just not drinking and doing other deadly drugs like benzos, opiates, and all of those. In sobriety, it is said that time takes time, and it is also said that it's not on your time either. I want what I want, and I want it now. That's why I drank, because I could get a bottle now, and I could crack it and drink it now. But alcohol sends us all to jails, institutions, and death. Not all of us, but some of us. I'm one of them. And I can't drink it. Therefore, I do not. But before now I'm trying to multitask. We don't need to. Yeah, here it is. We're going to bust the Sober James song for April. You got to hear what, oh man, now I missed it. Here it is. You got to hear this jam right here. Okay, so boom, boom, and then let's get this popping right here. Sober James song, because Sober James, it's a celebration. Thank God. In recovery, we have to, we got to celebrate the wins. So we're going to celebrate this. And this win happens to be mine. And thank you all for just being here. Let's check it out.
In the morning light, he shares his fight. Sober James, he's been there, done that night. Through the darkest days, he found his way.
Antonio, what's up? On the job, I will, Ryan.
Oh, Sober James, you show the way.
Right after, let's go. Yeah, that's right, April.
Where we can say no more shadows.
No more pain.
Keep doing the damn thing, breaking every chain. The story is told, hearts unfold, finding strength in the courage he holds. Hand in hand, we stand side by side,
Facing storms, no need to hide. Give this song, this is John Venturini from the Venture Forward song made this song. And it slaps, yo.
Sober James, you show the way to a life that's free, where we can say, no more shadows, no more pain.
Keep doing the damn thing, breaking all the chains. All right. So let's talk about working in recovery as a recovering addict and how you can too, and how it is currently beating every drug I've ever taken in high factor. I am high on life, and I have been for a couple days, and I'm kind of nervous, y'all. We're going to talk about this too. What to do with these new feelings in recovery and sobriety. You know, if you keep working a program and keep doing the next right thing and do what it takes to stay sober and just get better. Just get better. Things start happening. That's why they call it recovery, because we recover things in our life. I'm recovering my swag back, y'all. SJ's got his swag back, and I'm recovering that. I'm recovering just an unbelievable week I've had. If you've followed this channel for a while, you know that I got a job at the post office about 9 months ago. Thank you, Carissa. I got my swag back. You know what I'm saying? It disappeared for a minute. And that's what happens in addiction. It takes our personalities away from us and smashes them and turns us into monsters. In recovery, we recover ourselves. And not only that, but you continue to grow into your adult self. So I'm discovering new parts of me in my adult years because alcohol stunted my growth. I wasn't able to hit these plateaus of, adult James. I'm breaking these ceilings on my personality and just like growing as a man. And we don't grow when we're in active addiction. So, you know what I mean? It's good to see y'all. I'm happy to be here. What up, Joshua? Yeah. Oh, what's up, Josh? How's it going, bro? And Carissa, Mind's Eye, Ryan, it's all good. Gal, Charlotte, it's good to see you. We're talking about, you guys may have noticed, now I'm for some reason or another, I've always been my authentic self, been able to, it's probably, I don't know why it is, I'm not a psychologist, but I've always been my authentic self on this camera, on this channel since 2018. I've been able to somehow, it's easier to be myself than it is out there in public, face to face. Can any of you guys relate? Because it confuses the hell out of me. But lately, I've been coming out of my shell, and this comes from self-esteem in recovery. Self-esteem in recovery comes from doing esteemable things. And I didn't know this. AA and various other programs of recovery teaches the addict to get out of your head and do something for someone else. Service work. This has a bunch of different effects. One of them is you gain self-esteem because you're performing esteemable acts. Well, lo and behold, that helped me. So I'm getting this self-esteem I never had. I'm breaking out. I'm able to be myself and feel good about it. And now, seemingly out of nowhere, a fellow person in recovery gives my resume to an addiction treatment center, the hiring manager, and I get a call on a Sunday, and I barely answered the phone because I didn't recognize the phone number. But it was the hiring manager for an addiction treatment center detox and treatment that has looked over my resume and is interested in talking to me. I get into this place, y'all, and first of all, it's 10 minutes from my house. The post office is 22 minutes. The post office, well, you know what to do with the post office. Y'all can look back at, the past 7 months of live streams, and you know where I could tell the post office to stick themselves. But in so many words, the post office, thank you, JV. Heck yes, I'm freaking sober. Thank you, JV. And you all mean the world to me. I talk about you guys, by the way. This channel, I tend to not really advertise it in real life. I don't really tell people about it. I kind of just wait because I'm curious, number one. But also I want people to find it when they're looking for it. And I also don't want to be, I don't know, I just don't want it to affect my life. So I don't tell many people about it. However, this potential employer, first of all, I put Sober James, the channel, on my resume. Number one thing I did different. Now I've never really had a job I like. This is the first job that I'm like nervous about because I want to work in recovery so bad. It's just something I have a lot to offer for, and it's natural and it's fun and you make connections and it's spiritual. But I've wanted to for a long time, and you all know this, but I've had to work jobs I've never really known who I was until I got sober. I'd never really known who I was. I'm like, am I a postman? I don't know. Am I an electrician? I don't know. Am I a Navy sailor? I don't know. But I try all these jobs and I'm miserable. And there was a part of me that thought that's life. There's a certain generation, my dad's generation is like, that's life. Well, thank you, April. Oh, I got a paycheck now, and now y'all start throwing super chats. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, April, and thank you, JV, and just all of you all for being here. I am experiencing a true, honest happiness, joy, and freedom. There is one thing keeping me from the freedom part, and that's my will wants to hang on to this so bad. I want it so much, and I'm so afraid that something's going to snatch it from me like it has in my past. So we should talk about that. The feeling of happiness, joy, hitting you like a ton of bricks, and you don't know how to handle it. I used to drink at Emotions. We all used to do our drugs of choice at Emotions, and this is real deal happiness and joy. This is like, I did the certificate training. I spent the past 2 months like thinking it was all over because there's a hiring freeze and the government's not hiring, and like, Favor wasn't hiring and all that. And like, well, y'all know the deal. I stream every Monday and Thursday. And so you know the story if you've been around. I've been kind of in a rut. What is Uncle James? What is Uncle Sober James going to do with his life? Well, the reason I want to talk about jobs in recovery is, number one, it's got me on cloud nine, and I'm not even really it's just, I'm happy to be there. This kind of place that cares about the addicts. They don't care about well, who knows, but they're definitely not crooked. They're definitely not in it for the money or the grants or the tax breaks. And they're definitely not in Fort Lauderdale running opiate addicts through the ringer and charging them thousands of dollars. They're not doing this is a place that cares. And to be recognized, because the hiring manager and the people that work there, to be recognized for who you are as an authentic person, and not just a person trying to act like you know how to build BMWs. Not just a person trying not to get electrocuted while you try to learn how to be an electrician. not just a person on the flight deck of a nuclear aircraft carrier when like you're just a goofball alcoholic that should be teaching people how you recovered and passing along addiction recovery. So here I am in my natural element. You guys know this. There's 1,000+ live streams of me talking each an hour each over the past since 2020. And I just go on and on about recovery. My experience, your experience, sharing is having the problem and all of that. So like, and to be recognized and not just some bullshit either. Because I've looked at a couple. Thank you, Maddie Rush. The certificate did play a part in this role, and it's just I feel like I'll get too excited on screen, like, but it's good to see you, Maddie. Yeah, man, I appreciate your conversations up until now as well about the peer support roles and everything. Maddie, I think, is if I'm not mistaken, a fellow person in recovery that works in recovery. And we're going to talk about how this is not only an ideal path for a recovering addict in recovery and sobriety, but it's also, as me and April, my new friend at work, were saying today, it's a responsibility. Kind of like Spider-Man, when he got bit by the spider, his Uncle Ben told him, with great power comes great responsibility. So we got bit by the, you know what I'm saying, alcohol bug. We got bit by the crack spider, and we can now help crack addicts recover. That's how that goes. Each one of us has been bitten by the addiction spider, and now we have a superpower to relate to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, April? Oh, shit. I had one of the greatest days of my life, and I ain't even going to front. I just got back from a meeting and sushi with people in recovery, and now I'm doing a live stream on my recovery YouTube channel that's going on 7-8 years old. With you, there's Maddie Rush, John Venturini, now April, Ryan, Ingy from Oregon. You people I've known for four or 5 years. Here in recovery and sobriety is my superpower. That's right. Didn't you make a shirt like that, NSA? So I'm flying on cloud 9 all throughout the day. There's nothing. I can't even find something, you know, that pisses me off about this job. There's nothing. You know me. When I've been working at the post office, I'll tell you all about how the post office is crooked crooks and just exploiting middle class and like people that need to work. You know, it's just all the jobs I've ever had. I got a doo-doo little IT degree from ITT Tech because I didn't know how to pick schools, whatever. They're not accredited. That's not going to do shit. I'm not an IT guy anyway. All I know how to do is restart a computer. 2-year degree, and I know to restart a computer fixes 90% of the problems. And no, you can't just shut it off and then turn it back on. You have to find the restart button. That's my degree. I'm not an IT wizard. I could have gotten killed trying to be an industrial commercial electrician on 40-foot lifts, dealing with like 277 currents and shit. Could have got killed on the flight deck messing with them jets and shit, being a sailor, because it wasn't my path. Only when I stopped medicating with alcohol and other deadly drugs was I able to now recover by growing, and growth is the illest drug. Me and Ingy have known each other for 5 years. Growth is the illest high. It is, you find new parts of yourself. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I've just been walking around just saying unbelievable. The promises, the 9th step promises of AA have come true. I'm now able to be myself comfortably. That's the most powerful anti-anxiety treatment in the world, is when you're comfortable being yourself. And not only that, people want to hire you for who you are, not who you are on your resume, not who you pretend to be for your parents or the world as they judge you, but what you sincerely have to offer. And for me, that is like addiction recovery. And somebody finds you and hires you with confidence and act just honored and privileged to have you on. And meanwhile, I am just like, I can't even believe how pleased I am with what's happening as far as getting this job. It's crazy. And another thing I should mention is that I was kind of giving up on the peer support certificate. It's been a couple months and I still hadn't, all these hiring freezes with the government and stuff like that. I wanted to work in the medical field as a peer support liaison in the emergency room or something. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted to work in recovery. A fellow AAer, a fellow person in recovery, kept bugging me for my resume. Said, I can give this to somebody. I want to give this to somebody. I had heard about the place, but with my ADHD and my discouragement, I had stopped pursuing a lot of places. I thought, nah, they're not going to, they may not want me. Whatever. Well, this fellow AAer took my resume. I just sent the file to him on his phone, and he got it to this person. My point is, if it weren't for doing the next right thing and going through meetings, sometimes I don't want to go, most times I do, but just by doing the next right thing, what's suggested of me by alcoholics and addicts that have come before me and suggested what they did, I do, which is the service work and the meetings and the doing the next right thing and carrying the message by means of this live stream, by means of working with alcoholics directly and addicts, just doing the next right thing. And then before you know it, everything starts getting recovered. Your wildest dreams, not even. I've heard a lot of people say in the rooms, if I were to write down what I wanted my life to be like when I first got sober, and then compared that piece of paper to what I have now, I would have sold myself short. All the stuff I thought I wanted, all the stuff I wanted to control and grasp onto and reel in and not let go and just battle into my possession. All that stuff, I don't necessarily, they wouldn't compare to the kind of shit that I have if I just let God, if I let go and let God, which is part of recovery. So, yeah, bro, I participated, kind of facilitated a group today. Was my first official day, I guess. It's so late. So first of all, I'm a driver. I drive from people who need to get to detox and treatment. I go and pick them up. If they're 2.5 hours away, I'll go pick them up, bring them to detox. I also bring out, I'll be bringing, what do you call it? So when they get out, when they're ready to go on to their next phase, I bring them to that spot. So I not only get one-on-one with these people, which I had one today, one-on-one peer support. I'm a trained peer support specialist. I'm also an addict in recovery. These people are at death's door sometimes. They're at hopeless, helpless. We've all been there. I've been there. And I know how sensitive you can be. And I know empathetically and compassionately how, I just know because I've been there. It's not something I went to college for. It's something that the streets taught me. I learned from the streets. But you know the deal. Y'all have been through the ringer. You now have this experience to offer others. Yeah, I'm the guy that drives. That's how I got my foot in the door. Right now they need a driver. However, I sat in on a group And I can tell that this particular facility, they're very forward thinking and they're very growth oriented. So I've already been told that I'm going to wear as many hats that fit me. And I know facilitating addiction recovery groups, I know that hat fits me. I know that hat fits me. And, but I get to talk intimately, if they want to talk, with the people coming to detox and the people leaving from detox. What are their next steps and shit? And I got a plethora of experience with all of that shit. I've been to 3 rehabs, 7 detoxes. I've been relapsed. I've been recovered. I've been all over the map, and you know this. Yeah, April says I won't be driving long, and y'all know me. I like driving. I don't like driving 30-year-old postal vehicles that still have ashtrays in them with no airbags and no AC. But this whip that I'm driving on this job has got cold AC, and it's like butter ass. Like it doesn't even have a key. It's got a push start. You know what I'm saying? That's how Sober James wants to ride. So I'll be mad comfortable. I like driving, but I'm stoked. This is I have videos on this channel about crooked rehabs and how rehabilitation for addiction is a $1 billion a year business, or more, billion with a B. And I've been to a rehab, quote, rehab in Fort Lauderdale, and it was just a hotel where they were charging addicts or their insurance and then just taking them to AA meetings. Rehab is a racket, and it gets crooked. In different parts of the country, it's worse, but it's pretty much everywhere. You will find rehabs that just want to bring you through like a car wash, and they'll take you to AA meetings because they're free, and they'll take you to NA meetings because they're free, and they'll take you to all the 12-step meetings because they're free, and then they'll take credit for it, and they'll take your $30,000 to $60,000 too. That's why they call it, well, everyone's got their own path, and but I've been to rehab. Well, I've been to 2 rehabs that were legit. One was a VA hospital, and one was like a ranch in Temecula Valley, California. It was legit. It was all about, and this place is legit. Like I could just tell by looking at it. But anyway, I don't want to go on and on. But as far as we as addicts have something to give, a worthy trait that nobody, professionals in addiction professionals and therapists and guidance counselors and social workers, they have it. They've been trained. They've worked in the field and shit. We have a different experience, and that's coming from the side of the clients that are going to be treated, the peers that you're going to be supporting. We have an experience. Like April has her unique experience that she has to offer. She was telling me about today. But yeah, driving is important. You guys know as well as I do. It's a 50-50 chance if I'm going to make it to detox. Like, I might just run. The last time, a year and a half ago in the ER, like, there was times where I was about to leave, and I even talked to the people after, and they're just like, yeah, drunks usually don't stay long. But driving, I might have a unique God-given gift that keeps that person in the car and then their whole life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's because of me. I'm just saying, like, it seems like this is a God thing. And your boy James hasn't been the most religious, God-toting, Bible thumper. I just found a God of my understanding a year and a half ago, and it's still a work in progress. But this shit right here, this getting this job, when I was all but giving up on it, is a God thing. I happen to just know a couple people that worked there from like 10 years ago, playing disc golf and like recovery sessions and poker and stuff. And I'm running into, I think one of the, It's been nothing but good, and the only cloud on the horizon is overzealousness. But I think, to be honest, I think all the jobs and all the life experiences that I have had up to this moment have like been preparing me for not fucking this one up. Because I just now came into my own skin, like I just now comfortable being myself, and that's exactly what they hired me for, was me, and I don't have to explain my resume, and I don't have to. So for the back half of this stream, let's talk about how when we recover, we have something to offer and can join the professional workforce of addiction recovery. It's needed. It's fulfilling. It can be spiritual. This whole experience with me, just getting the job, has been spiritual. Running into, old recovery mates also, and making new friends along the way, and just feeling like I'm a part of and stuff. This is all a part of recovery. I've never felt like I've been a part of. I've always, and you guys will probably be able to relate, it feels like you're on the outside looking in. And when we took our first drink at the party in our teenage years or whatever, all of a sudden I felt comfortable. And that is what in recovery I have just been blessed with, is an acceptance of who I am, and that shit is, I mean, it's amazing. Recovery is amazing. Time takes time, and I don't, my biggest problem right now is I don't know how I'm going to handle all of this goodness. But that's growth too. That's growth too. I've never experienced this kind of joy and like true success that brings not money but happiness. It brings not, property but contentment and serenity. And yeah, bro. Thank you, Mike Tucker. It feels good, and I'd like to say, just keep your eyes open when you are on your recovery path and journey, because if you're anything like me, you're just now learning. You have to face yourself. That's what the fourth step is all about, is taking an honest and fearless moral inventory. Who am I? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, and then you admit it, and you accept it, and you release, you try to give your character defects to God. And I don't know, man. I don't want to say it's the happiest I've ever been, because I feel like the next shoe's going to drop. They say that comes from dysfunctional childhoods, dysfunctional family, a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict. They say I might get the feeling when good things are happening to me that the next shoe is going to drop. That's a way of saying something bad is going to ruin it all. And that's the feeling that it can't be. It's just powerful. It's powerful and invasive in my psyche. Like, emotional abandonment, or when something good would happen. Who knows? Psychologists got their theories. The bottom's going to drop out. Ingrid says, I paid for an Uber to get my homeless friend to detox. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I had to. There's people that Uber to detox as well. You get them there. You cleaned your side of the street. You did what you could. It's almost not about the result or the effect. It's about the cause or the action. Ingrid, you got them there. You can now feel esteemable about yourself. Allow yourself some grace. You did a good thing. And to be honest, I've said it on this channel before. I can't get you sober. I can't get you drunk. You can't get me sober, and you can't get me drunk. I mean, just think about the last time somebody tried to get you to stop drinking. You may do it for a day, but you know what I mean? That monster comes banging on your door. No power. That's why the higher power. So, Ingy, don't beat yourself up about it. And for all you know, you might run into this person a year from now on a whole new level. April says, "Honey, you are going to be fine. We're a bunch of misfits, hoodlums, and a few saints saved by grace. You're right where you need to be." And that makes me so happy. You know, it makes me so happy. But you get it, April, right? When I say you get this feeling like all things are going like better than I've ever experienced, and you just feel like the next, you know, you feel like there's like, you know, darkness on the horizon or whatever. Maybe not everybody feels that way. Sometimes, yeah, Ingrid, it sounds like you did the next right thing, and that's all we can do. And Maddie Rush, I believe, is in peer support, and you guys, I have a couple live streams explaining the peer support role, but it was a 46-hour online course, and it was fun. Like, I'm having fun doing this stuff. It doesn't feel like work at all. I can't even believe I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so stoked about it. If you're interested in the peer support specialist certification, just Google CPSS, and you can yeah, you get suspicious, right, Teddy Bear? You get suspicious when things are going too well. You know what I mean? It's insidious. What kind of shit is that? Something's going good and like I got to be on guard. Or, and this is a kick in the celestial nuts. Or something's going good and your subconscious and your addiction and your disease sabotages the shit through subconscious actions in you. This has happened. I'm pretty sure it's happened to me. Has anybody experienced that? You're your own worst enemy. You can't have anything nice because your subconscious keeps destroying everything for you and making you do bullshit. Well, that ain't me anymore, April. That ain't me anymore. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my best to just be completely honest, because that's what got me here. Being myself and being completely honest. I swear to God. I mean honest. That's how I know it's a God thing, bro. Because it takes a little nudge. It takes a little courage to just be honest. You know what I mean? Well, thank you, April. And you know, it's like a psychological thing, like, but thank you. That means a lot. Like, I've hesitated to tell my dad because it just seems like anything good. But this is different. Recovery is like the uncharted territory. I'm entering new plateaus of myself. I'm entering new areas of growth. There's new things happening in my life. So even if I am used to the black cloud following me, or I'm doomed kind of feeling, this is all new. This could be the beginning of the rest of my fantastic life, which honestly, it feels like it. And I don't know what to do with that. I went to my home group AA meeting, and it's just like, I get super stoked. It's almost like manic joy and happiness and excitement. To just, you know, make a living out of just being yourself. Make a living out of just being yourself. And I couldn't find myself until I got sober. I guess is my main point, is like, sobriety's hard, difficult. It's rough sometimes, especially early sobriety. Detox is hell. Going through the very beginning where it's all hopeless. None of your family's talking to you. Everybody, you could be homeless. That shit is rough. It gets dark. And if you pull through that shit and you listen to people that have come through it and tell you to keep hanging on, keep doing this, keep doing what you're doing. I know it's dark right now, but just believe me when I say, when the clouds break, it's like the most beautiful day in the world. And there's bad days, but the good days are spiritual. They're like spiritual. They're so amazing. Start believing in God and shit. So I believe in God. I have a God of my understanding, and it is making itself known in many ways. In hindsight, I'm seeing God's work in the bad times in my life and shit. It's crazy. It's a power greater than me, and I don't even claim to try to explain it, but it's beautiful, spiritual, awesome. Teddy Bear says, for me, when the walls are tumbling down, they're tumbling down. It's an entirely different feeling when the walls start to fall. Not just alcoholism, that's how I feel in general. Sounds like a panic attack. Ryan, something's about to jump out of his stomach. Like, you mean like on Alien, bro? Ryan, you 41 up in here. I know you've seen Alien. You got an alien in your chest, man? Ingrid says, I remind myself, Teddy Bear, happy to say I'm still happy in a year and 2 months abstinent. Good for you, bro. Or chick. I never remember. Teddy Bear. You guys change your names sometimes. Ingrid says, I remind myself a lot to be grateful because there's always something to be grateful for, always. And it helps me feel better. Hell yeah. JV's grateful for his found family in the last 6 years. I'm grateful for you, bro. Hell yeah. Another thing to be learned about this all, because y'all have been with me in this whole, some of y'all have been here. We've been, you and I have been, you've heard me complaining about my life. You've heard me celebrating life. We've celebrated yours. We've complained about yours. This right here, when the clouds finally break, you discover the meaning of the phrase, don't leave before the miracle happens. Don't give up before the miracle happens. And by the time that thing happens, you'll be like, I'm not giving up. I want some more of this. But it gives meaning to that. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, Ryan, a lot of people don't talk about it, but Bill W., the founder of AA, asked for whiskey 4 times in his last month of Earth on planet Earth. And that's not to say he lost. And that's not to say he failed. That's to say he's an alcoholic. And none of us are immune. And he had stopped practicing AA. And he was dying. A painful death of emphysema and COPD and stuff. In like the 60s or 70s. So like, or maybe it was that. Well, anyway, it didn't have the technology it has now. Teddy Bear is a dude. Wonder where hashtag Holly is. Well, I thank y'all for, coming with me on this journey and listening to me rant and rave on these live streams and supporting me with your super chats and your memberships. And And those of you who tell me I have helped you, I absolutely adore that. It was hard to believe at first, but the reason this channel is still up is because of that. Is because of that. I started the channel in 2017, 2018. I was doing product reviews, and I wanted to be a YouTuber because I thought I knew what I wanted. You know what I mean? I thought I wanted to control the world and be a YouTuber, get a yacht with soberdelic written on the back. You know, clever, but that ain't shit. When I started hearing back from you all about how this video, it really helps, Anthony Hopkins speaker tape really helps a lot. And your live streams, keep doing your live streams. It's crazy. See, Teddy Bear says he never would have started this process 4 years ago if he didn't watch my withdrawal videos. That's the kind of shit that's hard to believe for me at first, but you guys have been insisting it for so long. I know it's true now. And Mike Tucker, my dude, I probably could be called my first sponsee. In any case, Mike Tucker, bro, you haven't drank in over 5 years, I think now. And you were sleeping in bushes when we first met. Your words. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mike Tucker, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Sleeping in bushes and shit. Thank you, Lynn B. Keep doing this damn thing. That's what I'm talking about. Do it. Just keep doing it. And sometimes it's going to suck. 71 Bill W. died. Sometimes it's going to suck and it's going to be hard. But that in those times, that pain is building the character you are. And some wild ass characters come out of the pain like that, you know? Antonio's back. Good for you, bro. Yeah, the Tony Hopkins video. That continues to be, actually, it's kind of funny. That's got over 500,000 views and continues to get the most comments and stuff. Other than, there's one other video that beat it, and that was the video on me on 11 grams of psilocybin mushrooms. But I took that shit down. True psychedelics have potential to treat addiction and comorbidity disorders and coexisting disorders and stuff. But I'm an addict. I was getting wild, and I took that video down. Even though it was like going viral and shit, I don't care. You know what I mean? You know, it wasn't in line with what my higher power wants me to do. The word shroom and psychedelics in treating addiction, these are all like banger keywords. Like they'll get your videos hit, and I found that out, and I started using that and shit. But that was before my alcoholism relapsed and shit. So like, but that was years ago, and I took it down. But I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of decisions that pay off spiritually. Like, I'm a regular egotistical guy like we all are. And I like seeing millions of views on my one video and like all these comments and like commentary on, but if it's not in line with God's will, then I don't do it. You know, I doubt I'm pure as the driven snow, but that's how I try to live. That's how AA has suggested if I want to recover from alcoholism, that's how I live. Honest, open-minded, and willing. And it's paying dividends. In all areas of my life. The greatest gift I've ever received in my entire life is the comfort to be my authentic self. That is the greatest gift I've received in recovery. And bro, if I was drinking, I drank through my teens, 20s, and 30s. When I did, when you drink, I used to claim to drink so I could be myself. I obviously can't drink. I'm an alcoholic. I have a mental obsession and a physical allergy to alcohol that produces the phenomenon of craving. I cannot touch alcohol without consequences. So I drop alcohol. Now what do I do with my life? Well, I work the 12 steps of AA. I stay in recovery. I help other addicts and alcoholics. This was all taught to me. I had no idea how to do this. This came from being open-minded and willing and honest. My shit ain't working. I'm open to the ideas of AA and recovery and treatment centers, and I'm willing to do it. HOW, honest, open, and willing. That's how you do it. That's how I did it. That's how I'm doing it. I can never say I did it. Stop me if I ever say I did it. Because what did I do? I haven't done anything but give my will and my life over to the care of God. And I have to do it tomorrow too. I have to do it today. Only today. Only today. And that's a tricky word game, but if you think about it, you can never do anything in tomorrow. You can only do in today. So one day at a time. You know what I mean? It's a daily reprieve, Glenn M. What's up? I drank mainly because I have always suffered from anxiety, Lynn B says. That's true. We are coexisting disorders. We are self-medicating. Alcohol is a medicine. Cocaine is a medicine. Medicine and drug are synonymous. You know what I'm saying? I could go into the medicine cabinet. I don't have any, but I can get high off of Ambien. You can get, nicotine is an advocate to be alert. Xanax is a highly effective anti-anxiety, but we have a disease of addiction. We can't take these medicines without just the phenomenon of craving. So we medicate. We did until we learned otherwise. We can't medicate with these drugs, alcohol and shit like that. So Lynn, you're absolutely right. We medicate with whatever we can. And then when we get rid of the booze, now we're medicating with some other shit that came in the back door. Like, I could be gambling, smoking mad cigarettes. It could be as innocent as Netflix all day, every day. Shopping addiction. We're trying to fill those dopamine slots. But recovery teaches us how, though, it just teaches us, it teaches you how to be, man, don't hesitate to recover is what I'm saying. If alcohol and drugs are a problem for you or your loved one, there is unbelievable treasures on the other side of your fear of quitting. And it does get dark. It does get dark. It gets real dark in active addiction. We all know that. But even early sobriety, and some days in any sobriety, get dark. But the thing is, you take them in the gut, you learn you work around them, and with help of your fellow people in recovery, like you all and me and the people in AA and all that, with that help, you grow. It's like growing a new mechanism. A new part of yourself is now brolic and diesel and knows how to just smash shit and just handle it. And you become Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You become Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is my main point. April, your story makes you the you that we accepted and wanted to be part of our team. I know, and it's just, it feels unbelievable. I'm literally still processing. I'm literally still processing the events that have been happening to me this past week, as far as my life being recovered. and it's better than I've ever experienced. The things that have been happening to me. In all areas, the employment's one. I work out every day now. I do like a 5 to 7 minute workout. It's no big deal, but I'm in relative shape. I don't get neck and back problems. I recovered my physical health. My finances, that I was in severe debt after, symptoms of addiction aren't just drinking and using drugs. I was shopping on credit cards and shit like that. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful addiction. So you get rid of the booze, the ism. You get rid of the alcohol, the ism is still there. And it's not a wasm, it's an ism. And you got to deal with that shit. The only way to do that is to first detox and get off your drug of choice safely. Then it's time to start living. You get busy living or you get busy dying. That's the fork in the road that most of us addicts come to. JV, movement is medicine. The movement, if you want to change a thought, move a muscle. Well, we got 3.5 minutes, and I had the fullest, most positive day. It's through being vulnerable, honest, and myself, and just don't drink, and just don't relapse, because it's more than just drinking booze would be a relapse for me. Old behaviors, instant gratification, drive, stuff like this. These are the things you learn. These are the things you learn as you grow in recovery. So if you're early in recovery, or maybe you're 10 years in and you hit a rut where it's getting dull or whatever, and just keep coming back to recovery. Just keep coming back to recovery. It doesn't matter if you relapsed, you come back to recovery. It's a disease. Relapse, reoccurrence, these things happen. It's not the end of life. Recovery is life. Sobriety is life for the addict. Recovery is life. Health, growth, helping others. Trust in God, clean house, help others. And I am a living example. I'm a living example. I've gone through rough times on this channel, and you heard the truth, the honesty and the truth and despair in my voice. You can hear it now on the other end of the spectrum. You can probably hear the happiness, joy, and freedom. And when I am scared of, am I gonna lose now that I got this beautiful potential in my life? Am I gonna lose it? I give it to God. God's will be done. God's will be done. If tomorrow they said, turns out we don't need you or want you, can't. God's will be done. That is the answer that the 12 steps of AA has taught me, and I've learned to depend on it. And that's the greatest anti-anxiety in the world. God's will be done. It ain't up to me. I've done all that I can. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the next right thing. There is nothing more I can do. God's will be done. And you go to sleep, or you go, you relax, because I've done everything I can. And God works it out much, much better than just little old me could draw up a life for myself. The things that I thought I needed and wanted, turns out my ego was wanting and needing those things. Job with money, job with travel, you know what I mean? Then come to 116. What is that, the room? Is that your office? Ryan, what's up, man? You're dying? It's only a 12 pack. I'm scared. What's up, Ryan? Ryan, we've been talking about this for months, Ryan. Um, you got to find a way to stop drinking. Um, is the very beginning. Detox. If it's alcohol, benzos, or barbiturates, you need to safely detox. Anything else is going to be incredibly uncomfortable, so detox helps. Okay, I got you, April. I'll come there when I'm feeling any kind of way. And apparently, according to TikTok, I'll come out the other side styling and profiling according to the black wifey phenomenon. You see these white guys that get wifed up with a black chick and they come out looking like GQ the next day. April was introducing this to me. April, my new buddy. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure, and thank you very much. I'm going to process and get some rest. I hope you do the same. Stay safe out there. And until next time, keep it clean, keep it real, and keep doing it. The damn thing. All right, peace.